I would like to talk about burnout as a blessing, because I know it doesn't always feel that way, but if we choose the perspective of it being a blessing, it will be a blessing for us. Because I think burnout is a way of life telling us that, stop, listen, go within. The way you were living before obviously did not work. I think it's a way of our soul calling us home back to our true selves. In this time of ascension, it is getting harder and harder to ignore what is not in alignment with our true selves. So I think there are many reasons for burnout, but I think the primary one is that we have gone astray from our soul's path. And the second one is that the ego mind has had too much power for too long. And the third one is that we haven't had tools to manage the ego. And the fourth is that we don't ground enough. And I think that for some people it's all four of them, for some people it's 1, 2, or 3. And the primary reason why burnout is so common these days, I think, is that we have gone astray from our soul's path. And every soul has a different path, so it's about finding our own way back to our own true selves. And it might be very different for everyone. And that is something that we're stepping out of now, that we're supposed to be so similar to each other and compare ourselves to each other. The ascension is inviting us to embrace our unique selves. So when burnout enters our lives, I think that it is really a blessing. It is an opportunity to reinvent ourselves, to in every moment ask ourselves, is this good for me? And what do I want? Because the little physical energy that there is best placed on ourselves and our well-being. And the way to follow your soul's path is to do what you love. Because the vibration of the feeling of love is the same vibrational frequency as your soul. And the second reason why burnout is so prevalent today is that the ego mind has had too much power for too long. And if you don't know what the ego mind is, I have a separate video on that. But really quickly described, it is the thinker. It is the one sending out the thoughts. It is almost as if the ego mind is an entity by itself, but it's also a part of us. And the primary task of the ego mind is to keep us safe. And it thinks it keeps us safe through control. Trying to control everything, every event, everything outside of us. And it does this through sending thoughts to the future and to the past. When it sends thoughts to the future, it conjures up situations and scenarios of what could happen. And when this is done through stress, it's the worst case scenario, everything that could go wrong. And the thing is that the ego mind cannot make anything up by itself. It is only using previous experiences. If I would say what the ego mind is, I would use Tom's good explanation that it is a result of our collective previous experiences. And when the ego mind sends thoughts to the past, it uses these thoughts to analyze the present, which can make the present really distorted. So when we let the ego send thoughts to the future or to the past, we are giving our energy away to places that doesn't even exist. Because the only place that exists, the only reality there is now. And now. And now. So what happens when we lose our energy to the past and the future is that we lose our power in the now. The only place we can do anything about things. So we haven't had tools to manage the ego mind. And there are many tools, but a few of the best ones is just meditation. Meditation is a way of, in a relaxed state, exercising ourselves to observe our thoughts. Observe what the ego mind is sending out. And one of the best meditation tools is just to In a calm state, ask the question, what will my next thought be? And then you just wait. Relaxed, but still focused. What will my next thought be? And this question makes you alert. And then you do your best to have this harmonic emptiness within and just wait for the next thought. And when it comes, do your best to observe it, to just let it pass just as easily as it came. And then ask again, what will my next thought be? After a while, you will go in through a spiral of thoughts. You will lose yourself in thought. And meditation is not about having this emptiness all the time. Meditation is about coming back to being the observer again and again and again. So if you lose yourself in thought, it doesn't matter. It's just, oh, right, I was meditating. Okay, what will my next thought be? Over and over again. And this trains us to see that we are not our thoughts and we are not our emotions. We are the ones who can observe our thoughts and our emotions. And in those short glimpses, when we realize that, when we really know this, it's such a good feeling. It's such a feeling of power. And I think the fourth reason why burnout is so prevalent today is that we don't ground enough. Because there are really strong ascension energies coming to Earth now. And they are going through us. And if we don't ground and let the Earth help us take care of these energies, these high vibrational energies are going to trigger the lower vibrational stuff within us, our shadows, our negative belief system, our suppressed emotions, our past trauma and our false programming. And if we don't ground the ascension energies, the shadows are going to come up too fast, so we can't really handle it. And the way our shadows show themselves to us is that we energetically send them out from us, and then they get reflected back to us, often disguised as drama, challenging situations or people or relationships. And they are just here to show us what we still have to work with. But if we ground and let these energies go through us and down to Earth, our shadows are still going to come up. But we have more time and more presence to be able to observe them before we have to have them reflected back to us. Because the fastest way through thoughts and emotions are observe and accept. And when we observe them, it's so much easier to accept them. So I would like to send you some tools to get through burnout and to prevent burnout. So 1, ground as much as you can. The easiest way is to just walk barefoot or put your hands on the ground. But you also need the intention to really ground, to make it really effective. And you can do it in a concrete building on the 4th floor. It's all about the intention. But since the ego mind wants it so tangible, it's easier to stand on the ground and have the intention, because it makes it more real to the ego mind. And another tool is to breathe. There are many breathing techniques and all work as long as you breathe consciously. One really good one is extended exhale. You inhale for 4 seconds and exhale for 8 seconds. And this longer exhale tells our nervous system that it's cool. It's fine. All is well. We can stay calm. And another tool is to ask yourself, is this good for me right now? And what do I want? This is the way to follow your soul's path. And follow the love. Follow the feeling of love, the vibration of love. Do what you love. And another really good tool is to prioritize ourselves now. And it might feel uncommon to many because we have been so used to putting others in front of ourselves. And it's not egotistic at all. It's about filling ourselves up first before we can help others. And this might mean saying no. And I have noticed that this no sometimes can come out the wrong way. It can come out maybe in irritation or even in tears, because it might feel as if we're doing something wrong. Since these programs in our subconscious mind, they tell us that we're not enough, we're not worthy, we're supposed to be a good girl or a good boy, and what we do is the only thing that counts. Achieve, achieve, achieve. And we are supposed to put others in front of ourselves. So a burnout is a really good invitation to ask ourselves, is this really true? Finishing this video, I would like to ask you for a tool, because I'm in burnout myself. I'm a bit burnt out. I can still function for a while. I can make this video, but this might be the only thing I do today. I can be around people for about 2 hours and then I need to rest. So with my job being a coach, I think that I haven't had tools to stop my energy from going out. I have given too much of myself without even knowing it. So if you have a good tool how to not give too much of yourself and still help people, because that is what we want to do. We want to help each other. How do I do that and still have energy left for me and my family? Please comment below if you have a tool for this, because I don't know that one yet. Thank you so much for watching.